Good morning. This is me. I have not slept well.
Yeah.
It is currently 7:15 a.m. Amsterdam time on the 3rd of May. I'm about to embark on the adventure of a lifetime. Like I said, I did not sleep well, and I'm about to hop onto a plane to Tokyo, Japan, and it's gonna be a 12-hour flight through which I'm gonna miss one entire night of sleep because I get there 8 in the morning, which is midnight here. So this is gonna be rough, but it should be fun. Alright, guys, I feel a bit awkward filming like this in public, but I made it through customs, although the light is heavily in my disadvantage here. So yeah, I'm here at Schiphol Airport. Very nice. International departures, bear in mind, because I'm going off-continent. Fun fact, if you didn't know about Schiphol, the reason they named it Schiphol is because it's made up of two words in Dutch. One, schip, which means ship, and hole, which means hollow, or cave, or grotto. Basically, this whole area where the airport used to be a massive lake called Haarlemmermeer, and ships, they would strand here and get lost and destroyed, from which this area was dubbed Schiphol. It was also an area where people would come to collect their wood for some reason. I checked into the name lore, but this is basically where ships and people would come to die. And now it's a beautiful airport. What I'm trying to say is, we could be taking off over your great-grandfather's dead body, and we wouldn't even know. Fun, huh? Yes. 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 Most of you are young. You might wonder, what does a solo adult do at an airport? The answer? Well, I'm gonna figure out what's in G and H gates, since I never go there. So I'm making it a quest while I wait for my flight to figure out what's in H gate and who goes to H gate. I am a child in a man's body. What's wrong with that? I'm here to have fun, okay? So before you judge, I see you. I'm fine with it. The G gates. But Lord, does it take a while to get here. I can feel it in my legs. Ah, okay. So it's just UK. Got it. UK gates. Found the H gates hallway. I figured that's why you don't hear about it. It's just EasyJet, and it's freaking quiet here. Eerily quiet. One day. One day. One day. Anyways, a whole lot of side questing later, it was time to board the plane and find my seat. In fact, I would be enjoying the next 12 hours and 45 minutes from the luxury of seat 57A.
12 sleepless hours later.
Well, fellas, I have made it to Japan. 13 brutal hours of plane flight later. I am exhausted, but I got welcomed by a bunch of wall murals with Mario saying welcome to Japan, so it's all worth it. Alright, the journey begins. Alright, so I was 2 hours too early for check-in, which was expected as I was going to be here way too early with an early flight, but Gives me some time to look around. Welcome to Tokyo, people. That's right, I got my can of Pringles because food is scarce. I need to find a cafe or I'm gonna starve. Let's get it. Ah yes, fellas. I have found their version of the Eiffel Tower. Unlike Schiphol, I don't have any fun lore facts about the Tokyo Tower. But before I could reach the tower, I happened to stumble upon a Buddhist temple in the middle of the road, so I decided to check it out first. They also had a bunch of these little Red Riding Hood statues, which they called the Care Guardians of the Children. I learned these are meant to be deities that protect a child as it grows up, but also serve as a memorial for children that have passed due to stillbirth or miscarriage. This place doesn't allow you to walk around with your regular shoes, so they give you your special ones. And since this is a pod hotel, they give you a little locker for your shoes with your room number. And then you walk in these. Alright, let me give y'all a 17-second room tour of the capsules in the Capsule Hotel. This is how it looks like from the outside. And this is what it looks like lying down on the inside. The TV and a retractable curtain for privacy. So, I was just walking to the Imperial Palace, but look around me. So many people everywhere. Main roads blocked off from humans. I mean, after a long walk, I finally made it to one of the areas that I desperately had been wanting to visit since booking my tickets to Japan, a real-life Pokemon Center. Yes, this is one of the highlights of the trip. Yes, I would like to re-emphasize that internally I'm still a child. Yes, I am okay with it. I had the time of my life here, and it is absolutely beautiful. And they play Pokemon Center music on the inside. Awesome.
Me!
This place also probably had the largest Pokemon plush collection I have ever seen. And I wasn't gonna indulge in capitalism here, but oh boy, you'll see. That's right, I bought a plush of my favorite Pokemon. The Lechonk one was too big to fit in the suitcase. Day one in Japan, you know, all things considered, pretty successful. Got to see the Tokyo Tower, got to see an ancient Buddhist temple, went to the Pokemon Center, which is the best part, and, well, barely didn't get into the Imperial Palace because it's closed, but all in all, pretty good day for being on 30 minutes of sleep. Yeah, the views around here are not bad. I'll have to say, they're not bad. I'm still lonely as hell, but eventually I may get over it. Keyword. May. After resting up in my capsule for a little bit, I went out for dinner, and I'll tell you guys right now, the Tokyo nightlife looks amazing and is awesome. It's a shame I don't have that many clips of it though. Yeah. Hello guys, welcome to day 2 of Japan. I'm currently in the invalid people's bathroom, but that's how it be. What do you want me to do if all the others are taken? This morning I had my first shower here. Alright, let me give y'all a bit of context as to why I put shower in quotation marks here. So basically on the 8th floor of this capsule hotel, they had this fake, what they call onsen, and onsen is the word for hot spring. So they had this fake hot spring slash hot bath. The funny thing was, in that same room is where the showers were, but the showers weren't actually showers. They were tiny cubicles in the same room as the onsen, on the sides of the room, and they were usually used if you want to wash off before going into the onsen, because those are the rules. So basically, long story short, it's a shared shower space. And nobody had anything on in that room. So guess who had to shower in a room full of 6 or 7 other naked men for the first time in his life? It was uncomfortable. I only did it 2 more times afterwards. But Lord, I really love my privacy, I've just realized. And I had rice for breakfast. That's awesome. I thought I was gonna sleep like a log, but my body at 5 a.m. was like, you know what, buddy? You are going to wake up now because jet lag is the thing, which would make no sense because it's, at that time, 10 p.m. in Amsterdam. But yeah, today I'm gonna go to Shibuya Crossing, the National Stadium, and a couple of shrines, and maybe also the National Art Center. So it's gonna be fun. It's currently 8:39 in the morning. That's cool. It's exploration time! Yay! Oh, hello, it's VoiceOver Man here to tell you about Shibuya. I really love the area. It's incredibly modern. It's got millions of billboards, a bunch of nice shops and cafes you can stop by. It's got a weird Disney store, although I don't have video footage of that. But as you can tell, I also took my part in the crossing where there's not as many people, because of course it's 9 in the morning, nobody's gonna be here. But yeah, it was still pretty cool to do the crossing, and I wasn't the only tourist with my phone out, that's for sure. Oh yeah, and I found this dude beatboxing randomly. Found it compelling, so I filmed it. That was the world-famous Shibuya crossing, where everyone is. I don't know where all these people are going, nor how the crossing finds so many people to let cross every single time. But hey, we're not here to ask questions, we're here to enjoy. Speaking of which, where am I? Say you take one detour in this city and all of a sudden you're in a completely different place. This country is wild. In a good way. I'm at an esports cafe right now. They're showing Valo games while I can order food. W. The esports cafe was certainly a fun and unique experience. However, after leaving it, I found another Pokemon Center, and crucially, this is the one with the life-size Mewtwo pod in front of it. So of course I had to go in and check it out. Now, for those of you who do not know, since going to Naples in 2021, I have made it a tradition that for every holiday destination I go to a football store and I collect a football jersey from one of their clubs or of their national team. So I did exactly that by going to this enormous football store in Shibuya. And for some reason they had the Jamaican national team shirt there. I don't know how that got there, but welcome surprise. Stop by a 7-Eleven to get some schnapps for the road. Otherwise I'm probably gonna die. Considering it seems half the restaurants are closed or empty. Just went to the Meiji Shrine, which is housing the remains of Emperor Meiji and his wife. But I learned that Emperor Meiji was a very famous and beloved person by the Japanese people because he set in form the Industrial Revolution and started off modern Japan as we know it. I'm now at a stadium, a national stadium of some sort. I don't know what happens at this particular national stadium, but I see a basketball sign and I also see the words FaZe on it. So if FaZe Clan is here, then boy, what an odd station. But other than that, I just think it's basketball. Anyways, I don't have much footage for the next couple of locations as I was starting to get exhausted from all that walking, but first I went to the National Botanical Gardens, which included this beautiful pond with a traditional temple. And also plenty of nice trees I haven't seen before. Then I stumbled upon the Tokyo Metropolitan Gymnasium on my way to the National Stadium,
which was used in the Olympics, and you could just walk in because there seemed to be table tennis tournaments happening, or at least trainings. Then this right here is the majestic National Stadium with a capacity of 68,000 people that can fit in there, and it's lined with the plaques of those who have won Olympic events in 2021.
It's been a long day too. I just went to the National Gardens and now I'm at the National and Olympic Stadium. I just figured out there's a stadium tour. Now I would want to do one, definitely, but right now I am so pooped and I've been outside for nearly 7 hours, so I'm gonna save the stadium tour for Sunday. I still got at least 2 full days in Tokyo after this, so no time wasted. I'll be back here.
On my way back, I encountered the National Baseball Stadium, in which there seemed to be a game going on, but unfortunately the audio is too faint for you to hear it. So for dinner, I really got out of my comfort zone and went to some random local corner under the railway, and this was my dinner.
Day 3 in Japan's capital, Tokyo. I am sleeping absolutely miserably, and my pod is quite sweaty, and it seems my body refuses to adjust to Japanese times for now, as it was knocking me up as early as about 5:30. I managed to drag it out until like 7, but after that it was abysmal. Gonna get breakfast now at a place because all my hotel offers is rice, and I think I'm gonna be underfed if I just binge on rice for breakfast every day. I'm going to this funky museum called Team Lab Planets today, which should be a good time. It's an art museum with the latest technology incorporated, so that should be fun. Also, outfit of the day.
The Team Lab Planets was at a bit of a distance, so I had to take some sort of a mono tram rail to get there. So here are some views of what I saw on the way there. Anyways, the Team Lab Planets is one of the coolest museums I've ever been to, and you might want to hear the audio of some of the rooms, so I'll turn off the music now.
I'm with my boys, the fish. I mean, seriously, this is really sick. This is awesome. I love it. That was the Team Lab Planets Museum in Tokyo. Hands down one of, if not the best museum I've ever been to. So immersive, very creative, interactive, and above all, just a great experience. Top tier. Next, I'll be doing the Japan National Stadium tour, which I was gonna do yesterday, but I'm gonna do it today because I'm less pooped. First, I'm gonna pick up my JR Rail Pass though, which is for unlimited train access for 14 days, as I'm gonna use that to get around to other cities when I travel to a new place 2 days from now. So, I've got my little JR Rail Pass right here. This little buddy right here is gonna allow me to cross the country unlimited for 14 days, starting on the 8th of May. And that's gonna be a lifesaver, because distances in this country are massive, and the bullet train can cover it really fast, so big dub.
On the way, I once again passed by the baseball stadium, and on the little warm-up pitch on the side, it seemed pro players were, well, warming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am now in the Japan National Stadium, home of the Olympic Games of 2020, which was hosted in 2021, but hey, we blame COVID. And yeah, hopefully this will be fun. Hopefully this will be a good time. It's a self-guided tour, so I will be here to explore this stadium all on my lonesome.
So I didn't film much, but let me tell you a general gist of what you could see, including these changing rooms. So there were the Olympic torches on the display, a champion's wall where the athletes of the last Olympics had written their signatures, and a little message among a couple things. And also, what you'll see in the next frame is the signatures of the Brazil national team and the signatures of the Japanese national team when they played a friendly here recently. And here I walk out into the stadium. It is enormous, but it is absolutely beautiful.
We are, fellas. The National Stadium with the Olympic rings below me. This is where all the running events were, and most of the football ones behind me too. Yep, smells like proper track to me, and as a runner, that's how you know it's the real show, if it smells like proper track. God dang it, where'd the sand go?
And after doing my duty as a sports fan by going to the National Stadium, I made an impromptu visit to the Olympic Museum, which was almost next door, where I could see the pamphlets of all the previous Summer and Winter Olympic Games, a bit of a history of the Games, and also a replica of every single Olympic torch used in history. I am really kicking myself for filming half these videos in vertical mode. Now truly. Also, back at the baseball stadium, there was a game happening. Again.
Good morning. I forgot to tell you good night at the end of day 3 last night because, well, I guess exhaustion and just sitting on the internet to de-stress. But after I finished touring the Japan National Stadium, I went to visit the Olympic Museum, and then afterwards I trekked back inside, went to another local restaurant for dinner, and then tucked in. Best night of sleep in Japan so far. We're now on day 4, which is my 4th and final full day in Tokyo, because I'll have to come back to Tokyo eventually in 2 weeks' time to take my flight here. But this is my final full day here. Today I'm gonna go to the Tokyo Sky Tree, which is their version of the CN Tower. If you don't know what that is, it's the big tower in Toronto. And yeah, I'm also gonna be visiting the Senso-ji, I think it's called, temple, and probably the National Museum as well. And to finish off, I'm gonna see if the East Gardens of the Imperial Palace are open on a Sunday. And that should nicely wrap up Tokyo before tomorrow I make a 3.5-hour trek to my next destination.
cool little robot cleaner that makes music, but it's manually guided. The sky tree is right next to this massive supermarket, so I took the opportunity to film some of these cute little corners they have. The sky tree is really tall, the elevator to get up there was extremely fast. It's a shame that the weather was pretty bad. Yeah, it was raining on that day. Yeah, so you couldn't see much, but other than that, the view, for what it was worth, was quite spectacular. There was also this weird golden bean thing. I've never had this explained, so whoever knows what that is, please tell me. Didn't get much on the Sense OG because I wasn't allowed to film some of the areas, so this is all you're getting. Oh, and this cool rain catcher, of course. That I did find. I then stopped by a cat cafe for about an hour for the first time ever. And, well, this was probably one of the most adorable things I did on this trip. So just witness these cats go off on their mayhem.
With a sleeper. His name is Bo, and he's a big fan of naps. He hasn't been awake since I got here. She's having a bath. Or he, it's a he. I forgot it's a he. Cat cafe. Very cool. Quick update, I made it to the Tokyo National Museum. That's where I am right now. The rain downpour has only got worse and worse, which is why I look absolutely soaked. I have removed my jacket because it is drenched. I don't know where to buy an umbrella, but everyone has one, and I'm the only one who doesn't, and I paid the price for it. But hey, I made it to the museum through some perseverance, and due to their lack of paper towels in the restrooms, I had to wipe off with toilet paper. Improvise, adapt, overcome. Anyways, museum time. Hopefully that can make me forget about how bad it is outside.
Now I'll have you all know, I am not by any means a big museum guy, especially not traditional museums. I just can't keep my attention for that long. But when you're in a place where there's the history of the samurai, among other things, you just gotta go. You really just gotta go. They also had this enormously long scroll. You're gonna see how long it is right now. I bought an umbrella, survived getting drenched, got back to the hotel, and then went for my final dinner in Tokyo for now, where I would be placed in a tiny cubicle right next to the kitchen. It's like they punish you for coming alone.
Well, fellas, I just had dinner, which means that my time in Tokyo is basically over for now. I will be back on the day before my flight because I fly from the same airport that I came in. The East Gardens didn't go through at the end because the Imperial Palace East Gardens were closing at 4:30 today instead of the regular 6 p.m., which means the last admission was probably at 4 p.m. and by the time I realized this, I was leaving the museum and couldn't get there before 4:27, so that's enough. Overall, Tokyo has been incredible. I have enjoyed every bit of it. I would definitely recommend it to anyone. And tomorrow I head to Yamanakako, which is a village near Mount Fuji, and I'll be staying there for around a day and a half. 2 nights, yes, but around a day and a half. Tomorrow morning, gonna be a rough one, taking public transport when half of the public transport signs are not in English. Whoop whoop. Have a good night, y'all. I'll re-update you again at the start of
Day 5 tomorrow as I'm being interrupted by the train. Bye!